Really long week. I ask right now that we take a second and just take like a breath to yourself, getting ready to show that professionalism, because we have some very special guests here who I'm really excited for. When I originally asked them to come, I let them know what an awesome group of sixth graders is for us. We've never had them come for our sixth graders before, but I know that you all can really handle this and like put your best foot forward. Team, this is called the Bold.Poets Society. This is the, did I say it wrong?
Bold Young Poets Mentoring Program.
The Bold Young Poets Mentoring Program. And they've been around for many years in Kansas City, and they work with all different age groups. Today we're going to have some people perform for you some different kinds of poetry. You guys worked on poetry in your ELA classes. This might be a little bit different than that poetry you read in that class. I want you to think in your head, as we listen to this, and as we have performers anytime, what are some expectations that we need to follow to be a good audience? Turn and tell your partner. A really good audience, looking for those college voices, looking for those merits. Kind of stand up.
Some expectations is to have a control lap, bring it back, and clap at the appropriate time.
Great. That last one I really want to highlight, clapping at the appropriate time. You will be very clear, or they will indicate to you when they are finished. Please do not clap in the middle of their performance. Any other expectations we want to share prior to getting started? Brian, college voice, stand up.
Be respectful of what they're saying, because they probably want to say something deeper than what they're doing.
Great. So what I heard him say is we know that poetry has some deeper meanings in it. Give me a sound degree if you learned. I know you learned in 5th grade and 6th grade metaphor, simile, personification, all those things. They might have a deeper meaning. So we're really looking for that maturity now. First, I'm looking for the cohort that's sitting up the straightest, the tallest, Loyola, looking ready to go, looking for that whole class merit. Baylor, having our second really strong week in a row. Whenever you guys are ready.
Since they all looked away from me when I looked at them, I suppose I will speak first. My name is Sheri Purpose Hall. I am a poet. Hey! Come back. I am a poet, spoken word artist. I teach, I mentor, and do a lot of other cool stuff. We were asked to talk a little bit about how we got to be performing artists, how we got to be poets. I've been writing since I was 7, which, you know, if you haven't been writing since you were 7, it's cool. You can start now. It's good. You're not late. But I've been writing since I was 7, but I was only performing since 2004. So I didn't start performing till way later. It didn't start taking it seriously till like 2006. So if you want to perform, all you have to do is pursue it. There's a lot of different avenues in the city where you can perform. Has anybody heard of Louder Than a Bomb? Okay, Louder Than a Bomb is a competition for teenagers to be able to compete in poetry and literature performance arts. They start accepting people at the age of 13. So from the time you're 13 till you're 19, you can compete in Louder Than a Bomb. So I just want to put something on your mind. I know a lot of y'all aren't 13 yet, but if you are interested in poetry, start training up because competition is fierce. It is not a game. It is not, you know, the Easter speech that you read on Sunday at your church. It's not that. It's real competition. I am here with Payne, and she is my slam master, fearless leader for Slam You Lit. Also my peer, as in we also coached a Louder Than a Bomb team, KC Poetry, and we actually won Louder Than a Bomb last year for this city and went on to compete in Brave New Voices, where our team is top 20 in, isn't that international competition? Yes, top 20 internationally. So, I'm just saying, there are opportunities in Kansas City for your name to be known internationally. Never play yourself small and never play this city small. You can only go as high as you aspire to, all right? Right on. So, poetry type stuff. Yes. So giving us our first poem will be Payne, and she is, you see how you do that? You have to have fun with this. I'm going to actually introduce her. She is a wonderful person, a beautiful spirit, a light. She is the founder of Slam You Lit. We have gone to national competition twice. We will be going again for the third time in a row this year. We are the 7th ranked team in the region and 50th internationally out of Kansas City. We also have me going to Woman of the World Poetry Slam out of Slam You Lit. And it'll be the first time, no, it'll be the second time that someone from Kansas City has competed at Woman of the World. But the first time a person of color has competed at Woman of the World from Kansas City. So, we're going to do this thing the way we know how. Because Missouri is the show me state. So we're going to show you exactly what poetry is. We are going to give you a mixture of poetry that we read and poetry that we perform so that you can see the difference. However, know that whether we're reading it or performing it, the writing comes first. The literature is what's most important than the performance. So watch for those things. And without further ado, Miss Payne.
Good morning.
Good morning.
As Sheri said, my name is Payne, and I am a poet, and I do poetry type stuff. And I've been really fortunate to make this a career for myself. I started writing poetry when I was 8 years old. So I want to say that because she started when she was 7, I started when I was 8. Never let somebody tell you that something you start dreaming of as a child is something that you cannot aspire for later on in life. If there's something that you like to do now, if there's something that helps you make it through your days, if there's something that you really dream of, you love doing, you can stick with that, and then eventually it can be your entire career. You can be the person standing in the middle school talking to a group of awesome kids, telling them to follow their dreams, right? So just keep that in mind. Never stop at the first no, the first failure, the first anything. Keep going, keep striving. Speaking of first, so Sheri will be the first woman of color going to represent Kansas City as Woman of the World. I am the first woman of color in the 25-year history of nationals to be on a last chance slam team. This happened in 2014. I came back to Kansas City and I started to create these slam teams to create other avenues for other poets. And that's how we're getting to go to nationals and Sheri's getting to go to Women of the World. So it's a wonderful thing to not only follow your dream but create other opportunities for other people. So I'm going to start out by reading a poem at that school. I see a lot of people in here with their beautiful natural hair. You have beautiful natural hair, ladies? So the name of this poem, it is from my second chapbook. That's another thing. So not only do you get to stand up here and read poems and talk to other children and things like that, but you get to make books. I have my third book that's going to be coming out in April of this year. So, this poem is called Misadventures of Black Girl. Black girl with big hair, be a modern day Moses, parting a sea of red-faced onlookers, but never her wife. That she leaves unbothered and bold, like a burning bush, like a message from God, like a black and kinky hallelujah. Black girl stretches all of her appendages skyward like praise. Black girl be bigger than her body. Black girl treats her crown like a crown, and nobody had to give it to her because she woke up like this. Black girl smile, be dawning, be blinded that can't look away type way, be a walking revolution, be unbreakable, be clockwork for 12 hours a day like day, especially when black girl be on the clock. But office staff suggests it's aggressive. Office staff suggests it's too wild. Office staff suggests she needs to relax her hair, or rather, black girl must wear buns. Black girl must alter her appearance. Black girl must be less of a distraction. Black girl must learn to be no bigger than their blind beliefs of what black women should be, or rather, black girl must shrink. Meanwhile, co-workers casually sport ponytails, weaves, braids, dreads. Black girl needs to relax her face. Remember she has bills to pay. Black girl shears the sides of her mouth, forcing a smirk that bleeds out into a Stockholm-style smile. Black girl can't comprehend how coils aren't corporate. Surely they have seen curls before. Surely natural isn't the derogatory N-word they were searching for. Meanwhile, contemptuous co-workers offer backhand compliments and commentary. Meanwhile, curious co-workers risk getting backhand slapped for trying to touch. Meanwhile, black girl is a modern-day Moses, watering the dust of her thoughts for 40 hours worth of nights and days a week. Meanwhile, black girl works a job to fund her dreams, or rather, black girl must decide how much it costs for her to shrink. The price some people pay to see themselves succeed.
When you share a dream with a peer, remind you of this. Don't be forced to live your dreams alone. Share your dreams with peers, you know what I'm saying? Share your dream with a peer, you get to tag them in and tag them out and switch places and do all kinds of things and be inspired by them. And I was originally going to do another poem, but since we're talking about hair, this poem, my hair was just like blue 2 weeks ago. I do these things, right? Yes. See, some of these are my students. They know how to do poems and whatnot. Don't let them fool you. They're geniuses. My hair was just blue a couple of weeks ago, and I'm telling a story that happened August 11, 2016, where a woman proceeded to touch my hair as I was in a 7-Eleven. And I froze. Not because she just did, oh, this is cute. No, she went straight to the scalp, straight to the scalp, and I froze because I wasn't scared. I was just unexpected. I was just like, I can't believe this. So In order to counteract that experience, I wrote another poem called Reimagined. Let me let you know something. As writers, you get to write your own history.
Yes.
So, I just rewrote what happened that day. Isn't that wonderful? This is called August 11, 2016, Reimagined. She, a middle-aged white woman, short-cut brunette, slippery curly hair, entered quickly, approaching fondly, smiling, suggesting childhood memories, the lights flickering and dancing in her eyes like the BFF I forgot existed. Then it happened. Swoosh! Her arms transformed into long white ropes, wrapping around my head, mummifying my hair, her tentacle-like phalanges digging through my blue bush camouflage as if to uproot my braided arm, but she attacked my crown! Immediately, the blue hair bush transformed into venomous snakes, wrapping around the noodle arms. No! She screamed. I had her in my grip, then suddenly her head split. Gobs of black smoke bellowed and the once menacing figure fell limp. The smoke took multiple forms, all with noodle arms, and as the smoke roared, it made pasty white blobs, oozing with personal space-penetrating wonderment, glistening eyes, and repeating in unison, I love your hair! Immediately, I dropped the listless carcass, and as it dropped to the ground, it created a dust cloud. I inhaled all the dust from the air, then blasted the legion airs. And when they fell, they bounced off the floor, and each time they bounced, they created more, till they numbered 5,004. Immediately, I knew what I had to do. I, a blue-haired black girl, one of the most mystical beings in existence, had to use the magic. Energy surging between my fingertips, creating a crackling ball of light. The light burst, raining droplets of common sense down. Beams of violatory disrespect, ramshias, eradicators shot from my fingernails, violating and annihilating the blobs. And as they melted into puddles of privilege, the screams of, I just wanted to touch it, went from shrill to nil, until there was nothing left but a residue of white tears. And as the smoke cleared, I adjusted my crown, looked around to see the horror and the shock of the other, less brave, inactive petting zoo monsters. They were terrified, mortified, all moving backwards with their hands clasped behind their backs. Yes! You're going to learn this day that never do you touch another human being without consent, and never do you touch a black woman's hair.
This next poem that I'm going to perform is one that I wrote specifically for a group of girls that I was mentoring at ACE. Are any of you all familiar with ACE? So this poem is for them, and hopefully you all can take part in that message. It's called Struggle. To live is to struggle. Truth is, there isn't a person who you will meet that won't hurt you. You just have to decide who's worth suffering for. And what's more, this world is full of suffering, but it is also full of people overcoming it. So come and get this knowledge as it rolls from my lips. Let it move in cadence with your eardrums. The drum beat skips the drum beat skips the drum beat skips the rhythm of me standing on my own 2 feet, because Independence Day isn't just a holiday in July. I declare individuality. Pledge allegiance to my own reflection. Extend the connection to the nation of ladies just like me, those all too familiar with misunderstanding. Left standing under misconceptions, thought they should have been missed at conception. Mommy couldn't afford the contraceptive, but didn't protect the erection, and now we are here, staring down corridors with eyes like ivory. Ready to smooth the wrinkles of this life out, get the F out, and all you have is a lie. Remove the if, and we don't even have anything worth dealing with, so we fight. Tooth and nail, and sometimes even with a toothpick just to get it. We are that ambitious. We know all too much what nothing tastes like. Spent many an impoverished night, feasting only on the dreams we weren't supposed to have. Baptized the day stresses away in hot bath vacation under the hole in heaven. Hung out in hell's hideaway. Had to hide away happiness because that wasn't the luxury that we were supposed to partake in. Now we take in the grimaces of these chickens, think we've gotten too big for our britches, but those have no idea about the bridges we had to build over those troubled waters. Women like us are what happened when God planted his seed into American soil and gave birth to illegitimate daughters. We are the demigoddesses amongst you. Watch what our tongues do. We speak, we spit, we split the one-sidedness of your existence. Listen, Christ himself sheds tears for our contritions, and following tradition, we use mustard seeds to move the mountains on our missions, whether or not we make a statement. You know, I wrote this poem for a 13-year-old girl who wore her pain across her wrist like bracelets. I wrote this poem for a 17-year-old girl who cares more about the shape of her body than a college placement exam. I mean, you can leave your place of famine. You can go from the valley to the pinnacle. It is possible. Just imagine, take your past pain and your current passion, multiply your action, and that is a formula for success. You have been blessed to testify. The jury may not always be one of your peers, but still there's a need for all to arise like the moon, sitting on the cups of a day not promised. To be honest, life is about this, and learn lessons, like how to make better investments than things that are only temporal. Use the space between your temples to elevate and find that, yes, this life is full of suffering, but it is also full of people overcoming it. So come and get this knowledge. Your life absolutely depends on it.
Did any of you guys study any James Baldwin works? All right. He has a letter to his nephew entitled My Dungeon Shook. That piece inspired me in the midst of me writing the next piece that I'm going to say. It is called Black on Black Crime. Does anybody know where the statement black on black crime came from? Yes, sir.
Black on black crime is a crime basically that involves two African American males or females.
Okay. But I mean, where its origins lie. Yes, ma'am.
It is not showing how black people is killed like this.
So, let me give you this.
Is bourgeoisie propaganda?
Yes.
I said that if it's a black on black crime, that means like two black people doing a crime on each other.
Okay. However, the origin of the phrase, if you ever notice, you've never heard of anything called Latino on Latino crime. It sounds silly, doesn't it? You've never heard of, Greek on Greek crime. The only crime that you hear is black on black crime. This statement originated in 1967, or actually the first placement of it that you can have written down is from 1967 in a newspaper, and it was meant not to be said amongst mixed company. Do you know what mixed company means? Mixed company, this was a black newspaper for black people, and they said, hey, this is black on black crime. For some reason, this statement, this phrase, blew up, and now everybody says it and blames everything that happens in the hood on black crime. So, this poem is kind of attacks that fallacy. Black on black crime is an urban legend. It's created and crafted media propaganda, promoted, problematic, and paid for. It's glorified violence. It's an oasis of scary primetime sensationalism for hallucinogenic people. It's sensationalized. It's not all inclusive. They never call suicide black on black crime. Don't call the black boy who killed the black cop black on black crime. Yes, he's blue. Yes, his badge makes him not black, makes him not matter. They never call rape or molestation black on black crime. Yes, we're too sexual, even when we're not, even when we don't want it, even when we say no. Black on black crime is blood-soaked brown imagery. It's brothers need to keep themselves because they no more keepers. It's expecting women to keep keeping brothers and secrets and kids. It's an open door to hotepisms. It's conscious as of yesterday. Is this all these single mothers mentality? It's pretending Eve ain't have a husband, ain't have no father in the home. Is it backwards excuse for Payne? Is an ableist mentality? Is quick draw McGraw in blackface, but isn't celebrated like cowboys and Indians? It's hyper-masculine and aggressive. It's hopeless, helpless. It's the Ursula of Disney rather than Hans Christian Andersen. It's overly dramatized and malevolent. It's drag queen caricature, mammy or whore. It's whacked and drugged out, animalistic and wild. It's sexy monsters having the ball all while losing Isaiah. It's awarded and critically acclaimed. It's character creation and assassination at the same right hands. It's watching the nightly news like it's National Geographic. It's the study of the environments but never its causes. It's a theory, a myth, a racist narrative because the black boy that killed the other black boy didn't do so because he was black or because he saw his skin, didn't attack her because of melanin, didn't rob them because of their skin, but because of black greed, jealousy, infidelity, mental distress, sin, or any of the conditions other human races have. Black on black crime is condemnation, vilification, and victimization by the same four words. It's people perishing due to the lack of this knowledge. It's not law, not science, not a theory, not us. It's not a thing. Black on black crime is bondage. And at the quake of this realization, my dungeon shook. And my chains finally fell off.
Poetry you heard today and what really stuck out to you about it. Go ahead and turn it. To communicate your ideas to other people. We know we can just write them down, but why is this form of verbal expression really might land home with other people? Turn and talk to your partner one more time. their voice, you get to hear their feelings and their expression. I want to encourage you, they kind of spoke about this. Kansas City is a great place to get involved in something like this. My 16-year-old niece writes poetry, and it is beautiful. She goes to Paseo, and she's a part of a couple different poetry groups. I was asking him, how old do you need to be to get started on this? And he said that they have all different kinds of ages. If this is something you're interested in, please reach out to your teacher. This is something that really, really, really is a great opportunity to work on your writing and also just your expression. So we want to thank them today. Let's give them 11 claps on 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's try that one more time, ending as one team, one family. Teachers, watch for your cohort so I can decide who's going to dismiss first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.